Hey, what's the story? Yours truly, Philbo here, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're keeping well. Thanks for sticking with me, my movie fans. Please, thank you for sticking with me. I know we got lots of reviews going on here. We got Napalm Death, we got Pantera, we got heavy metal albums, we have The Monkey, we have all sorts of shit thrown in. But, do you know what? There's a little something for everybody at Philbo's Reviews. So, if you're new to the channel, think about liking and subscribing in this motherfucker and joining the Philbo crew. Oh, you won't regret it. He's got blah, 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 blah. He completely agrees. And tonight, me and Brother Jer saw a movie. Yes, a movie in pants. We were wearing pants. Oh, and we were eating chicken wings and we were sipping Carlsberg shandies. Devil! And we caught a 7:20 show of Nick Love and Danny Dyer's new romantic comedy with a kick, Marching Powder. Does he mean talcum powder? Ooh, baby powder. Ooh, as the titles rolled in the film. He meant cocaine, which they fucking cleverly nickname, oh, Jesus, what did they call cocaine in the film? Oh, they said it about 100 times. Oh, Jesus Christ, what? Cocaine, ketamine. Okay. Oh, my God, I swear to God. I'm definitely getting old. Definitely getting old. But I've heard sniff, snow, devil's dandruff, fucking, coke, Charlie, all that, but Dickie. They call it Dickie in this film. I have never, in my 39 years on this planet, and I mean this absolutely sincerely, I have never, ever in my life taken cocaine. And calling it Dickie, drop a comment below, any of you drug people. No judgment, each to their own. We all have our own journey, and we'll all get on and off bandwagons as our life goes on. But is Dickie? I've never heard people call cocaine Dickie in my fucking life. Is this film trying to make Dickie like hashtag let's get a bag of Dickie at the weekend? Drop a comment below because I'm fucking curious. I don't comment. I'm not fucking Che Guevara now, or fucking Howard Marks. Is that the name? Mr. Nice? Howard Marks? Yeah, I think it is. By the way, we saw him. We won tickets to see him in how was it, Howard Marks? I don't know. Drop a comment. Pretty sure it was Howard Marks. Mr. Nice, you know, the biggest hash smuggler in the history of the world. And you know what? We went to the show and we got to meet him afterwards. And he signed my Mr. Nice book. And he signed my Mr. Nice DVD. And you know what? He was the nicest, most pleasant, down-to-earth drug smuggler that I had met that week. He was an absolute delight. And I remember when he came on the stage and he was talking with this other really big fucking drug kingpin. Fucked if I can remember his name. But he was a badass as well. And I remember about 10 minutes into the show, someone had asked him in the crowd, because it was a Q&A in Temple Bar Music Center. And someone says, "Hey, how many spliffs have you had today?" And it was like 8 o'clock at night. And he goes, "I don't know. I don't really keep count after 10. 10 joints in at 8 o'clock at night. Not bad going." And how many smoke breaks did they have during the show? 4. They fucked off to smoke 4 big fat spliffs. Anyway, he was the nicest drug dealer I've ever met in my life. But he dealt in hashish. The blocks of sweet hashish. Soap. Proper soap. And what the fuck was the name of the other one? Soap and pollen? It's been a long time. Pretty sure it's pollen. I never liked pollen. So far for me. Uh, Sound off like you got a pair of your fucking soap bar fans. By the way, it's all in good fun, tongue in cheek. Don't do drugs. But what the fuck was I talking about? Oh, gee. Dickie. Yeah, in the film they call it fucking Dickie, cocaine. So the opening credits came up in the across the thing, and so Danny Dyer. Oh wait, the Football Factory. Yeah, we Tamar Hassan, fucking Frank Harper, Danny Dyer, 2004. Fucking great film, super funny. The football hooliganism, brought some great humor and some kind of Guy Ritchie-esque voiceover stuff to add to the humor. And then we had The Business a couple of years later, again set in Spain with Tamar Hassan and Danny Dyer, where he's getting into the drug business in Spain, and again dealing with cocaine. And Jeff Bell is in the business as well, and we see Jeff Bell again in Marching Powder as Danny Dyer's father-in-law. And so yeah, let's get into it, shall we? We have Nick Love and Danny Dyer back with each other. This is their fifth film together. They did another one called Outlaw, Goodbye Charlie Bright. A couple of bits. But in this one, Danny Dyer plays Jack, a 45-year-old middle-aged man who was arrested for drugs and violent conduct in the streets. And the judge gives him a chance to turn his life around in 6 weeks, return his marriage, get things back on track, reconnect with his son, get a fucking job, basically stop acting like a cunt and get a job, stop doing sniff, stop fucking fighting at football games, and grow the fuck up. So, naturally, with either 6 weeks to turn around and get his act together, or a jail sentence, he does his best to turn things around. And he has some fucking... His missus, who was played absolutely excellently, is that a word? I'm not sure that's a word, by Stephanie Leonadis. Stephanie Leonadis plays his wife Danny, and she's gorgeous, and she's an excellent actress, and she does very role in the part. She does very well in the part as his wife, where she is just a fucking hair's length away from kicking his fucking arse out the door and throwing away the bastard key. And Danny Dyer, you can tell from the minute the film starts and the minute Jack leaves the courtroom after being given the ultimatum from the judge, he does not deserve this lady. And he needs to count his fucking bastard blessings every day that a lady like this stands by him through all his horse shit, his violence, his drug taking, his alcohol, and just his him being basically a fuck up. And it's a story about addiction, first and foremost. It has all the violence that you expect from a Nick Love film. It has all the humour. It has the breaking the fourth wall, where Danny Dyer is speaking to the crowd, speaking to the audience as he goes on, like in the courtroom. He's like, yeah, I believe you partaked in some cocaine and fighting. Well, actually, it was a bag of cocaine and 4 ketamine and 26 loggers and fucking hilarious, very funny. Danny Dyer as a leading man has not missed a beat, and that brings me to my first positive. Danny Dyer carries this film very fucking well. He is fucking on the ball. A great voice, a great presence, and absolutely hilarious. And his acting skills have come forward tenfold since he was 25 years old in the likes of the Football Factory and The Business. And he's done some good films. He's got a great film called Dead Man Running. He's got another great one called Severance, where he's going on a work retreat out in the woods. It's a horror film. He's got another great horror film called something House. Stephen Graham's in it, and your man from Adulthood and Kiddlehood. Something, is it House? Anyway, I could get into it. I'll get into Danny Dyer and his films, because I have a lot of his films, and I've been a fan of his work for quite a long time, and I have he did a film with with Gillian Anderson as well, called Straight Heads. That film was fucked! Absolutely crazy. Straight Heads, I'll never forget that one. And you know what? I followed his career for the last 20 years. He kind of peaked when I was coming 18, 19, and it just kind of fit. And so he is still completely capable of leading a film, and he's fucking hilarious. His wife, the character Danny, played by Stephanie Leonetz, is absolutely incredible. And he has his real life son playing his boy in the film, and he does great. Really great wholesome scenes between him and his son. It's absolutely brilliant, and definitely a highlight of the film, the relationship between the two of them, because they are in fact madly in love as real life father and son, and it shows, and it's super cool and a really nice aspect of the film. And Callum McNabb from Football Factory, Small Part in the Business, Rise of the Foot Soldier, he plays Kenny Boy. And Jeff Bell plays Danny Dyer's dad, and Danny Dyer's father-in-law, and he's a millionaire from his business, and he's been putting them up in their house. He's been paying their mortgage. He's been putting Danny's boy, Jack and Danny's boy, through private school, and he's been paying for everything. But his fucking patience is running thin with Jack, and he says, "This is all cut off. If my daughter leaves you, you're supposed to make her fucking happy. You understand? And if that's not happening, you're fucking cut off. So I have a job for you. You look after my son, Kenny Boy, who is coming out of prison." And Kenny Boy has ADHD, PDHD, ADHD. You name it. You name it. Schizophrenia, bipolar, you name the disorder, and he has it. And it's played absolutely brilliantly by Callum McNabb, the young lad that you see, the thieving little cunt, with Zeba fucking D from the Football Factory. He plays the character. He has a bowl cut. He is an absolute incredible addition and a great character in this film. And the relationship between him and Jack, when Jeff Bell's character, Jack's father-in-law, says, "My son's coming out of prison and I am going to fucking pay you to keep him on a short leash because he's a fucking psycho." And Danny grudgingly accepts to look after him, but he knows that looking after Kenny Boy is going to lead him down the paths that he is trying to avoid. He's sitting having a fucking orange juice with his pals while they're banging sniff up their nose. He's sitting drinking orange juice on a carton of orange juice on the way down to fucking what's the team, the Grimsby, to have a ruck with the guys during the football. He's doing his best, but he's a wanker. But he's Danny's wanker. She hasn't given up on him yet. So it's a great performance from his wife Danny, kind of always giving him a glimmer of hope, but essentially knowing that he's gonna fuck up, but still having his back and getting behind him ever so slightly. So without that's going on and on and on, the film is absolutely hilarious. Brace yourself. It is full of absolute coarse language from start to finish. C's, B's, F's. Shit. Have you ever been called a shit cunt? He's an absolute shit cunt. There you go. There's another one. Full of dicky. Full of ketamine. And there's some fucking hilarious scenes. I swear to God. This film had me absolutely busting a gut. Nick Love's writing is sharper than ever. Absolutely brilliant. It's like he hasn't even missed a beat. Absolutely hysterical. A great bit of pacing in the film. A great dramatic side and a drama and an actual romantic, as Danny Dyer says, a rom-com with a kick. Essentially, it's a love story. It's an addiction story, and it's a love story, and it's about trying to make the wrong things right, with fucking hysterical and tragic and shocking and sometimes very fucking violent consequences. But you know what? It was a great watch. I had very little negative to say about the film. I thought the characters were great. Some great references to the Football Factory. Some great references to the business. Little nods to his old films. And really great performances. You can tell that they all showed up for the director, Nick Love, and gave it 110%. And the cinema I was in tonight was practically full, and we were having fucking belly laughs and having the crack watching this film. Holy God. When it was coming up, I was like, marching powder, does that mean baby powder? Jer, does it mean baby powder? Or does it mean talcum powder? And then the title screen came up, and between the line of marching powder is a big line of sniff, and you see it going. I was like, Jesus Christ, Jer, marching powder's cocaine. And I swear to God, the fucking cinema erupted, man. I was just kind of saying it to him, but everyone heard me, and I got a great fucking laugh. Joking about and the fucking and the moral dilemmas and the decision Jack makes through the film. Everyone's just like, no, dude, don't take the ketamine. Don't take the. Oh, fuck me, he took the ketamine. Dickhead, you know. But absolutely hilarious. You see them in couples therapy. You see him trying to turn a corner, getting so close. So many ifs and buts and dips and dives, but an extremely enjoyable film. Absolutely hilarious. Nick Love and Danny Dyer are back with an absolute bang. Absolutely love the direction. I think this is the best a Nick Love's film has ever looked. The cinematography is great. The camera angles are great. The writing is hysterical. The casting is fucking bang on as usual. And you can tell that everyone is just absolutely delighted to be there to back their pal Nick Love. And I have to say, I'm there too. The Football Factory, Outlaw, the Business, the Sweeney, you name it. The Firm, his remake of The Firm, fucking great. Dax, remember Dax? Played by Gary Oldman in the original Firm. He does a remake of that in 2000 and what have you, and it's fucking great. Oh, the young lad in the remake of The Firm, he plays Danny Boy. That's it. Let me have a look here. Callum McNabb. Yeah, he plays the young lad in Nick Love's remake of The Firm. He plays Dom. Yeah, he plays Dom, the young impressionable lad taken under the wing of Dax. And he's in Rise of the Foot Soldier, and he's Raph in the Football Factory, and he's a massive plus in this film. So, at the end of the day, it's a story that we have seen before. It's a tad predictable. It's not a mind-blowing story that'll shake the foundations, and it's not particularly showing you anything extremely new. It's got a fresh vibe, but it also has a familiar vibe. And it has Nick Love's signature. It has the signatures in the third act. They're all there from the director. So for me, Nick Love and Danny Dyer's new film. I have to tell you one bit, right? He's trying to stay off the fucking gear, and you see the text messages come up, right? And you know, I mentioned that his brother-in-law's character's crazy, like massive issues, and he gets messages from the lads going, "Hey, you coming out tonight? I got Dickie." And then another message comes in from his other pal. "Hey man, what are you up to?" "I've got ketamine." And then a message comes in from the fucking brother-in-law. And I am still fucking laughing to myself about it. I did a fucking out of fucking cinema review, and I couldn't stop laughing. I swear to God, I nearly fucking wet myself. I'm not going to spoil the joke because you'll see it coming. It's fucking hilarious, and there's so many bits in this that are just so funny. You got to stay on your toes, stay sharp, because it is razor sharp humor. It's full of bad language. There's no nudity or sex, just so you know. No sexual activity or boobies or any nakedness at all. Loaded with language. The violence wasn't as full on as I anticipated. And yeah, it's a romantic drama with elements of violence and the word. So Philbo, I think, a fair score for this film is 4 out of 5 stars. So marching powder for Philbo. Now keep in mind, I know what I'm getting into with this film. I've been a fan of the director and Danny Dyer for 21 years. Since the Football Factory, and then the Firm, and then the Business, and then Jack Said, and then fucking Severance, and then Straight Heads. And he was knocking out films left, right, and centre. And he's got some good ones, man. Now, granted, he's got some fucking shit ones. But then he fucked off to EastEnders, and everyone fell in love with him again. And then he did this show, Rivals, and everyone fucking fell in love with him even double time. But for the original fans of Danny Dyer, the fucking geezer, the fucking shit cunt from 2004, this is for you. So 4 out of 5 stars for Marching Powder. Check it out on the big screen while you can. Support Danny Dyer and Nick Love, because it's a fucking great watch, and it's a real throwback to the old fucking British hooliganism films with fucking violence, fucking drugs, fucking fighting and bad language and crass humour, and just a wild, by the way, strictly over 18s, a big fat fucking red 18s on this film, and yeah, it sticks by it. So adults only. I strongly recommend you check out Marching Powder in a cinema near you as soon as possible. 4 out of 5 stars on Philbo Reviews. Thanks a million for watching. Drop a like, drop a subscription, and do yourself a favour. Stay the fuck away from drugs. You know what? Get natural highs, right? Get natural fucking highs. Love often, sniff never. You know what I mean? Cocaine is the fucking devil. And this film is not a promotion for cocaine. This film is about a drug addict. A drug addict who's addicted to drugs and violence, and how he is trying to pull himself out of that. So do not do drugs and start fucking fights. You take fucking 3 fat lines of cocaine and think you're Muhammad Ali and gonna kick the fuck out of 20 people, and then all of a sudden they break a bottle and stick it into your neck, and what? You're dead. And then what? How fun was that fucking night for your family and everyone who loses you, huh? Something to think about. Don't do fucking drugs. Stay away from the pills. Stay away from coke. Stay away from brown. Stay away from all fucking hard drugs, and stick to natural highs the best you can. Alright? That's just Philbo's opinion, but I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. I certainly don't endorse hard drugs, and neither does this film, but it treats it with humour, it treats it with respect, and it treats it with and some good drama, some good drama in here, and it asks some questions, and leaves you up to decide what would you do in certain situations. So don't do drugs, love often, laugh a lot, and may the sun always shine. This has been yours truly, Philbo, and yeah, watch movies and listen to metal. Have a good weekend. Yeah.